announcement has been paid for by the Rated R Wrestling Podcast.
Rated R Wrestling Podcast. Go! Uncensored and unapologetic. Rated R Wrestling starts now.
Hey yo!
Hey yo!
What's going on, guys? This is Aaron, aka Stud Muffin Supreme, and we got.
I am Kyle the fat fuck. I brought more food this week, I can't fucking talk.
And I am Michael the motherfucker, and this is the Rated R Wrestling Podcast.
Episode 8.
8.
Yeah, buddy. The awesome 8. And today is November 28th, 2025, and this is Black Friday if you're here in the States. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, also here in the States, so happy belated Thanksgiving.
Giving of the thanks.
Yes,
Give
to
it
everybody.
Thanks to thee.
And if you're one of those people that celebrates it after, like on a Friday or the weekend, hope you guys have a great feast. Because
Enjoy the food.
Yes.
We certainly did.
Mm-hmm.
Bring up politics
I
at the
actually had one
table.
today, too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, mother-in-law.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Good job. Nice.
Bring up politics at the Thanksgiving table to save up on Christmas presents.
That may vary depending on how much you want to do that. But so just...
I wouldn't.
Well, feel free. I don't care. You do you, boo.
I'm a broke dick.
Interesting. It's going to be a separate video later on. Please stay tuned afterwards. We'll let you know more about it. But we're going to be debuting the Rated R Tron. Yeah.
Until sponsored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing our first Rated R Wrestling watch along after this episode. So stick around to the end. We'll let you know what that's going to be and how to watch it. All right. So today is Black Friday. So we figured let's do a Black Friday special where we just talk about whatever we want. We kind of have an idea of one thing we want to talk about. Being that it's Black Friday, black equates to dark. We're going to talk about some rather dark subjects.
Some of the darker moments in wrestling history.
It's going to get dark in here.
subjects. It's going to get
Yeah.
really dark.
So if you're coming in this feeling happy today, we might ruin your mood for you. So we do apologize.
So if
but,
you want to blow your brains out at the end, you're welcome.
and this is sort of an extension.
We do
of,
not condone that.
We do not,
Rated R
no.
Wrestling
Yeah,
Podcast.
we don't condone
That's
that.
Kyle's personal opinion. You want
Yeah.
to at Kyle? Feel free.
So this is sort of an extension of our what the fuck wrestling things, except unlike there where we had a lot of laughs and some of those things, which are kind of more funny, these are kind of dark. So we may laugh at some things, but this is not intended to be a humor piece.
We're about to go full emo mode here.
All right, so gentlemen, what kind of dark things do you guys want to start with? Kyle, do you got one?
Dark things. Well, I got to say, dark things when Barry Horowitz debuted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, pat on the back there,
Yeah.
Barry.
Barry Horowitz.
Well, I guess we could talk about, to start this topic off here and talk about some various wrestler deaths that really shook the wrestling world
Those
up
are pretty dark.
and made a really dark cloud over the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should definitely get this out of the way. The obvious elephant in the room, Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah, get that out of the way because I know everyone's going to be wanting us to talk about it.
We've touched on him a little bit in the past, but we never really had like a full discussion about Mr. Benoit.
Yeah, we
If
never
you
really
would love a full discussion, hit us up in the comments.
Yeah, so
we need to talk about what we were at the day it happened and how we found out, and then the aftermath of it.
yeah, I remember we didn't watch the pay-per-view live, but he was scheduled to face CM Punk at Vengeance 2007, right?
Vengeance Night of Champions,
It was for the ECW title.
and he was supposed to go over.
And yes, and he didn't show up. And we didn't watch, like I said, we didn't watch pay-per-view live, but he was replaced by Johnny Nitro, right?
Yep, Johnny Nitro.
I have a retraction to make before we move further. I believe in a prior episode I said that match was Burke versus Benoit. I was wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
You're wrong.
Our R&D department is pretty thin around here,
Oh,
but
You're wrong.
Hey, I fudged up some things too in the past, so...
Well, technically you were half right because you were kind of there because he did face Elijah Burke on the Go Home show to get to the match.
yes, it was his last match.
Yes,
but
sir.
I mistook the no-show as to Burke, which that was
Might have got it mixed
Nitro.
up.
Yeah, well,
It created the door for Nitro.
right.
Which was really random at the time when that happened, which everyone was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I imagine watching it on pay-per-view, especially also being there, you were probably like, Why the fuck Johnny Nitro out here?
Right, because I'm sure whoever bought the pay-per-view and bought
I
a
think
ticket.
they said something about Chris Benoit's not here, couldn't make
Yeah,
it.
they that's all they literally said was he's not in the building or something.
Well, they were in the dark about it. They had no idea what
Right.
the hell was going on.
And the next night they were supposed to do the
I remember that. We watched
Vince
that live.
McMahon memorial service.
Oh, the
Mr. McMahon.
such a
funeral.
large snafu.
What a snafu though! And then we turn on Raw the next day, and Vince is alive
And we get Vince alive and well
in an
dead
empty
in a
arena.
ring.
Empty
We're like,
arena.
what the fuck's going on?
Basically saying something to the effect of, due to the tragedy of Mr. Benoit, we're going to have a tribute show tonight. Wrestlers are going to be speaking, what they thought about Chris. Oh yeah, not sponsored. Slim Jim, get on that.
Watch Bridgeport.
Or Bridgeford, whatever one. I prefer Bridgeford over Slim Jim anyway, so Bridgeford, let's do that.
I agree.
But yeah, there was a tribute night. It was a pretty somber night, obviously. The details of the case hadn't really come out yet. And then you tune into Sci-Fi the next night. Vince opens ECW. Apparently, they found out the details of the case, and his quote was, "Other than my other remarks, there'll be no more mention of Mr. Benoit's name going forward," and we have not heard his name spoken on TV since.
Nope. Except for when people troll and then they chant it at shows or they.
But no on-air talent or wrestlers ever mentioned him again.
Yeah, certain people chant at
And-
shows. Gilbo.
And yes, people do like to chant that shit in the crowds. Yeah, that's true. It also affected a lot of their.
I've gotten in on a Chris Benoit chant. So.
Yeah. Some people like to do it if they're bored. I've seen that before.
Some people put his face up there in the Thunderdome.
Yes.
My chanting for Benoit comes from my stance on Benoit. That was not the same person. That was a brain that had very significant injury.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, while we're on the subject of Benoit, the sheriff's department, when they initially investigated his home, they found his Bible.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well,
And in the
had
Bible was a note that said, I'm planning on leaving this earth.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
He planted a Bible next to Nancy and Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. He I don't know what was. Well, nobody really knows what went through his head. Apparently, he had the brain of like a senior citizen.
Like an
An
80
80-year-old man is the what I've heard.
right.
At what, 40?
He was like
50?
40 at the time. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, he was really messed up.
Well, he also was still not over Eddie's death, which we'll get into.
Yeah, that always stayed with him for sure. You could tell he wasn't the same guy, and it's
Something
He wilted like a rose, like a flower at the mention of Eddie, even on live TV.
Yes.
More than just the Eddie special.
yeah.
You could see it.
Yeah, it's such a touchy subject because, yes, he had the brain of an 80-year-old man, like you said. He had brain damage, and you'll never know how much of it was controlled and what wasn't, because most people were like, there's no way he would do that to his family under, like, normal consciousness. But you don't...
Yeah.
But there was a lot of meticulous things, like the planting of the Bibles, the planting of how he set up himself when he put himself on the weights in his gym.
Texting Chavo beforehand.
Yes, so
And
there's
Chavo has some interesting stories on his side.
Including
some-
texting Chavo his address, which he had never done
Yes.
before.
And I want to mention also a lot of the stuff we're talking about. You could probably catch more in detail stuff on Dark Side of the Ring. Shout out Vice.
Vice, they did
Or
it.
any other. There's 1,000 documentaries on YouTube about
Oh,
it.
sure,
I
for
promise
sure.
you will get a litany, a buffet, a
Yes.
smorgasbord of Benoit content
Just-
if you look for it.
Dark Side definitely went in depth on it. And then
But
they,
yes, Dark
yeah.
Side, Vice,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
They even some people said there was text messages where he texted a few people from his phone, said something about like let the dogs out or something.
It was the Benoit.
It was
the Chavo.
Yeah.
Chavo, yeah.
It was like let the dogs out or something like that, and like there was
And then he texted him his address.
yeah, there was some.
Which that does go into some theories on like it could have been somebody else, but
Well, the biggest theory always was it was Kevin Sullivan.
Well, the thing I found out the other day was apparently he had a confession to make before he died. He said he was ready to do a confession or something,
Really?
and then he dies. So the truth probably something vanished with Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, that's a really fucked up situation. We'll never know the full truth. I don't ever think we will.
Nope, we'll never know.
There's a lot of dark shit that's circling around that story. And the only two people that know about it, well, the only three people, or four people that know about it are all dead. Chris, Nancy, Daniel, and Kevin, if you want to include him if you're a conspiracy theorist.
Well, they also found out on his computer ways to, like...
Yes, he did search up ways to quickly kill yourself.
Yeah, so he was planning this if this was the case, and yes, he was.
So there was some meticulous thoughts. Now...
But he also was having paranoid thoughts leading up to the event.
That's what I was going to say.
He believed people was following him and watching him and his family.
Yeah.
And he was having strange dreams. He kept a diary, I believe.
Yes.
They never really disclosed the diary, what's in it.
Probably not.
He had thoughts about Eddie, but he also disclosed where he had a dream that government agents were following Nancy's parents. And that he needed to get them out of their home.
Huh.
A lot of interesting things about this.
Yeah, it's a
very twisted, convoluted case. Like, we don't know 100% the truth. We just know what we've been told.
And because of that, you're never going to see Chris mentioned ever again on at least WWE TV.
Yeah, they'll never mention him.
Tune in to the Rated R Wrestling Podcast. We are uncensored, unfiltered, and unadulterated, and unsponsored.
Absolutely.
But until you decide to.
Until someone like Bridgeport.
We're not afraid to talk about it.
We will talk about Benoit or any other controversial wrestling subject.
That's right. We will touch on
it. And I actually have my own dark subject I want to touch on here in a little bit.
Okay. All right.
Does anybody remember where, like, obviously you probably watched Raw and all that, but was there any other way you found out about Chris Benoit and what happened? Like through word of mouth? Like, did someone say, hey, did you hear what happened to Chris Benoit? Or... Don't ignore that.
The Rated R-Tron had wanted a word.
Yeah, he wanted in on
Rated R-Tron decided to misbehave.
He wanted to talk and get involved in this conversation.
He wanted a piece on this.
Yeah. No, I just remember watching it on the WWE programming. That's where I saw it.
Yeah, that's how I found it.
And then I remember catching a glimpse of them discussing it on Fox News because that's how I saw Chris Jericho. And I was like, Chris Jericho's got a haircut now.
Yeah, that's how he cut his hair and all that.
And
Bret Hart was on there.
That was the first time Bret had been on TV in a while.
Yeah, and then that's when they were trying to say that wrestling and steroids, they were trying to link it to...
That was one of many times that the company was under fire because of a tragedy.
And Vince didn't do a good job. He did not do a good job.
But the media erroneously contributed Benoit's death, among several other things, to steroids versus what actually was the case, which in this case
all the
was
chair
CTE.
shots. CTE, all the chair shots.
The diving headbutt.
Yep. A lot of trauma to the brain.
Yes.
And then Vince didn't do a good job trying to,
well, the
Benoit Memorial was just...
Well, okay, he did that, but...
He had great intent behind it,
but they didn't know anything.
Poorly planned because they didn't have the knowledge they should have had.
They literally just got word that day, and then they decided to do a tribute at the last minute.
In hindsight, what they should have done is they should have maybe acknowledged that he passed, and then when they learned about it, if everything was going good, then the next week they could have a tribute show, or
even on ECW.
Yes. But they, the knee-jerk reaction. I mean, he was a big figurehead in the he was a big wrestler there. So I understand why they did it immediately. Right. It's kind of a knee-jerk reaction. But how are they going to know that this was going to happen? To them, they just knew he was dead.
Yeah, and they didn't even know anything.
And no one suspected him of doing anything like that. So that thought would never cross anybody's mind.
The more news that came out about it, the more disbelief, I believe. I know myself as a fan, I found myself in disbelief. I didn't believe it truly happened. The more and more that came out, I thought, geez, is there some sort of smear campaign or something going on? But, I didn't want to believe it happened.
No.
Yeah, I mean, no one suspected it, and no one knew anything. This was still during the time where not a lot of people knew about CTE and brain trauma and whatnot.
We knew very little, if anything at all.
Chris Nowinski,
he was shouting, but no, he was the one. I remember him talking about that a lot.
He was dead.
He still does it today. I think he's like a head of some sort of foundation. I think
he is. He's like an.
Doesn't he work with football too?
Yeah, he works for football players and
I know.
Yes. They extend to pretty much any sport or anything that could possibly lead to lots of concussions. Chris Nowitzki. You're out there. You're your foundation. We'd love a shout out from you guys because we shouted you out.
Speaking of
come on here.
Speaking of football, real quick, shout out to my buddy Greg. There was a cold wind that went through Baltimore last night, and it was called Joe Chill. So there you go. Happy trails.
He's an adamant Ravens fan, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm not me. Greg.
Yes, our buddy Greg. We plan on getting him on the show to discuss CM Punk one day.
If he quits hiding.
He did text me today. He texted me today about. He said something like the effect of, "Hey, CM Bitch was on this Sons of Anarchy spinoff Mayans as like a fat drug dealer or something." And I said, "Oh," he goes, "Yeah, based on real life or something." Like he was like CM Bitch or something.
That's what he calls him from every time he mentions him now.
CM Bitch.
Oh, Greg, quit hiding and get on here, and we'll
Grow the huevos, bud. It's not like
You got the cojones.
It's not like we're really out with a national audience at this point.
Right.
I believe our most watched episode is at like what 70.
No.
Actually, our first one is at 130 views.
Yeah. Our
Oh,
first-
100 over 100.
Mhm.
Sorry, I stand corrected, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Also, if you're on Facebook, look up Rated R Wrestling Podcast.
We have a Facebook.
On
We have the
Facebook
podcast
page.
group.
We have a group on Facebook. You're more than welcome to join. We like to share memes, videos, and all that stuff, and we also like to share our videos on here. So spread the word if you like. Other wrestling groups we love.
We also share the podcast on that group as well as other wrestling-related news, memes, and a little bit of everything on there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're almost to 100 followers on that group. Want to shout out to Crander Q of our friends of the Wrestling of the Squared Circle. Shout out to you guys. You guys have been a big help. Appreciate you throwing out the promotion out there and giving us some shout outs. So appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Carl Sanders. I mean, I don't even know what your name is. I'm sorry.
Cal Anders.
Cranders Q.
Colonel Sanders, right.
Colonel Sanders,
Thank you,
yeah.
Colonel Sanders.
I'll get your name right eventually, brother. I am so sorry.
Boy.
Ah,
KFC is going to end up sponsoring this.
that'd be great. I need
Gravy.
free chicken tenders, taters, and gravy.
You don't get to hear me say Tron at the end of your company name until we get that sponsorship, though, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get. Yeah, we will have sponsors plastered all over this screen. Don't worry.
So, still stuck on the subject of Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
There's that big burning question. Should he be forgiven? Should he be allowed in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I think it's pretty evident my stance, but just to not to beat a dead horse, but just to check on the horse that's dead. I do believe, now that we know more, it wasn't steroids. Maybe steroids had something to do with it. Maybe it flared something up in his mind. But in my opinion, it was a medical condition. He should be allowed in the Hall of Fame and allowed back into the history of WWE.
It's very, very complicated to talk that, but I think they should just go ahead and put him in the Hall of Fame. I know people's like, no, they should never acknowledge him and all that. I'm like, just throw him in there, dude. Just because we can separate the art from the artist.
I want your point on why he should not be in the Hall of Fame. If you truly believe that, why? I know he did a bad thing, but it's proven that he did a bad thing because of a mental disorder.
Also,
I understand that. Some people probably have a hard time with that. It's the big burning question. Can you separate the man from the performer?
The thing that he did. Which,
Paul Heyman made a great point on that.
Yeah, Paul Heyman, he's not a big fan of Chris Benoit.
Paul did make a good point. I have seen Paul's talk on Benoit. I understand his point. I respect it. I acknowledge it. I just don't agree with it.
He acknowledged that he was a top 5 performer of all time.
Well, I understand too because I would understand a lot of people who are like friends with Nancy.
Yes.
Why they might have a sour take on it because ultimately in the end,
Yes, he took the life of...
Nancy and his son Daniel lost their lives because of it. I tell you what, I feel like if it was just him, maybe things might be a little different.
But because he took the lives of others, it weighs heavier. I understand.
yeah, if he would have just took himself out, then maybe there might have been a better chance.
I mean, there's a lot of... Von Erich's...
Yeah, look at the
tragic story,
Oh, yeah.
but
We'll get on that.
they're in a lot of Hall of Fames.
Well, a good point. Jimmy Snuka is in the Hall of Fame, ain't he?
Yeah, and
And before he died, they pretty much convicted him of murdering Nancy.
They wanted to take him to trial, but
He
his
died.
lawyer proved his
He was-
dementia was too bad.
Yeah, he was pretty.
he
rough
had
shape.
stomach cancer too, and that's what killed him.
Yeah, he was in rough shape.
I mean,
Moolah's in the Hall of Fame, and there's
Yeah.
controversy about what she did.
I was gonna make that point to
She was literally prostituting women out, having
you,
them
Moolah.
work for free or very little. She would oftentimes take incredibly large cuts off their checks.
It got so bad when WrestleMania 34.
It was 34.
I almost
They were gonna
used
do
Moolah
the-
as a dark topic too.
We could, but
Oh,
they
we'll
were
touch on her.
they were gonna do the Battle Royal, and they were called the Moolah Battle Royal. Well, that's when all the shit kind of went back under fire. So they said, yeah, no, we're not.
And they
doing that.
changed it to like the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal or something like
Yeah,
that.
and then I think Snickers even had to stepped in because they were sponsoring it, and then Snickers was like, "Hey, you need to take this off."
So you wanted to bring up Moolah?
Yeah, we'll move on to Moolah if we
I
want.
didn't want to touch hard on Moolah, but I did want to bring up the fact that there was a large period of time where if you was a woman and you wanted to get into the wrestling business, there was only one way, and it was to go through Fabulous Moolah, to be trained by Fabulous Moolah, and to be handled by Fabulous Moolah. She booked you.
Yeah.
She basically handled your pay and decided what you earned and what she got.
Your career was in her hands.
She was basically the kingpin of women's wrestling because fuck, she had the belt for what 30,000 years.
She had
so.
the connection with Vince. So she made a break. She either made
You couldn't get in with Vince because if you didn't come from Moolah, you didn't get hired.
No.
Yep, and then if you didn't,
And she also would the ones she couldn't make money off of the most, she would send to territories, basically giving the idea to management that she would offer sexual favors upon arrival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then if,
So kind of in a way prostitution, pimping. dare
Yeah,
I say?
pretty much. I've heard-
Was Mae Young a pimp?
Mae Young, I don't think was involved
No,
in this.
I don't think Mae Young was.
That's why Mae Young gets more.
I think Mae Young did get payoffs for things, and if you
She may have.
shout out Dark Side again,
Vice,
they
yep.
imply such a thing.
They do imply on it because didn't they do an
Well, I
episode
know
on
her and
Moolah?
Moolah were like tight.
They were, but who knows if Mae Young knew
is
anything?
more highly regarded nowadays.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah.
But Moolah still has the one with the stigma on her.
Also, if she didn't like it, she would dress like a spider lady and screw you out of your title.
Was that Wendy Richter,
I
right?
think it was Wendy Richter. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
One of the original screw jobs.
yeah, before the Bret Hart screw job, there was the Moolah screw job.
Yeah.
Which she shoot pinned her in the ring and took her belt.
She definitely had a stranglehold on that women's division, which,
Like I said, she had the belt for like 30,000 years. So
No, she didn't want to let go of that belt.
fuck, she won it like at 90 years old in '99, I think. Right? Did she win the title?
She like in '99, she won the belt again.
For reasons?
Hey,
Because she had a death grip on the belt, and she wanted to win it one more time.
Yeah.
And Vince felt he owed her that favor.
yeah, that's all pretty much what it boiled down to. Vince.
Jarrett should have hit her harder with that guitar.
That was the best part. Was Jarrett smacking her with him?
Oh, he fucking whomped her with that guitar.
Yeah, but it was still gimmicked. He should have.
Yeah.
He should have gotten the guitar honky tonk, or should have
Should've done the one where-
guitar honky tonk gave Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we would love Jeff Jarrett even more now for that.
Yeah, but Mae Young I thought was a tougher one because she took like huge.
She took
bumps.
all the fucking bumps and then
She took that big bump from Bubba Dudley off the stage through the table. Shout out Mae Young, rest in peace.
R.I.P. Mae Young.
R.I.P. May.
You tough bitch.
Shout out Bubba.
Oh yeah,
Shout out Bully Ray.
busted
Busted
radio,
open.
right?
Hey,
Busted Open Radio.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love to have a conversation with Bubba
Oh yeah.
because
Well,
he
it's Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Bubba.
Listen,
Tommy
Bubba.
Dreamer. Is there another one?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think.
with all due respect,
I know they
Bubba.
kind of rotate.
Though with all due respect, Bubba, you're not on Undertaker level of superstar, so quit putting yourself over that big.
God.
Oh come on now.
I love you, Bubba, but come on, you're not that big of a star. I mean, you're a great tag team wrestler, but
Bubba, feel free to come on the show and set him straight.
we can have a friendly debate. And you know what? If you want to, come kick
Or
my ass.
you know what? We're a Mark cast. I understand we're a little bit beneath you and probably not worth your time. Just give us an @ and just put him in his place.
Yeah.
I would
Even
love
if it's 5 seconds. Yeah. Bury this motherfucker.
if you got a Heat Wave 99 promo me, I will gladly take it. Please do.
We would love to hear that.
I don't think his mom would love to hear that.
No, but she doesn't watch this podcast, so
Fair enough.
because this is not a holy podcast, so she will
Fair
not be
enough.
watching it.
Fair enough.
Love you, Mom, but that ain't happening.
It's not for everybody, but it's okay.
It's no, but these
For the
hands
people
are.
that do stay around, we love you. Thank you.
No, this podcast is rated E for everyone.
There's a hair on your mic that is bothering me.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
it was bothering someone else.
Oh, I got long
Someone with
fucking
like
locks.
OCD or something's like,
I felt the same thing you did too. You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah, you silly bastard. Yeah, god damn.
So going on to dark days, I remember coming home from school in I think it was first grade or kindergarten, and my mom stopped me and she goes, "You remember Owen Hart? Yeah, he died."
What?
Yeah,
Probably a lot of people's reaction.
that was crazy because I don't really remember too many memories of Owen, but I remember that day like it was yesterday, and I remember crying my eyes out. Yeah, so we're gonna go there. Owen Hart fall,
tragic fall.
1999. I think
Over the edge
Kemper Arena.
in Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City.
Owen Hart was facing the Godfather.
He was the Blue Blazer.
He was the Blue Blazer,
The
superhero,
Blue Blazer.
superhero character.
He was supposed to win the IC title that night.
He was going to descend from the ring via Sting style.
But thankfully, they were playing a promo at the time that they had pre-shot during his entrance.
Yeah,
So most people weren't watching when he fell.
Well, before they cut to the promo, you can hear JR going, "Oh, we got a problem here." But I don't know if that was part of the work or if
well,
that
the
was...
footage has been scrubbed, thank goodness, so you really won't ever see that. But from eyewitness accounts, the malfunctioning went wrong, and he plummeted down, I believe, chest first onto the turnbuckle.
Chest first, and then
he
he
didn't die immediately. He died in the back.
yeah.
I would like to share a little bit more light on the actual incident. They were using a clip that was designed for sailing rigging.
basically fishing wire, pretty much.
And when given the load of an actual human being, aka Owen Hart, which they really didn't test this before they did it.
Nope.
It completely gave way. Just failed. Didn't even try to hold it. And so he plummeted 50 feet because of a crappy clip that they wanted to use to save probably about 10-15 seconds versus the old school D clip and having to wear a harness.
I mean, it's not like they've never done that before. Shawn and Vince both went down from the thing at WrestleMania 12. Shawn did it. That was his big entrance, and Vince did it. He tested it.
Fuck, what about
They used the D clips and the harness.
What about the harness that they used for Sting when he would propel from the rafters?
D clip and a harness. That's why it took so long for him to get it off.
Yeah.
So they didn't really think this through.
They wanted to speed up that getting off process, which is why they switched from an old school D clip to the sailing rigging.
Well, Owen felt pressure to do the stunt. He didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he had expressed thoughts that he did not want to do it.
But he was pressured by somebody. I don't know. It depends
There's-
on who
He was
you
also
talk.
reassured by others as well.
There's different accounts. You can blame anybody you want, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, he lost his life.
Yeah, and then unfortunately as well, the pay-per-view decided to continue.
Well, that's the one I was going to bring up with this subject. The big question with this is, should the pay-per-view have stopped or have gone on?
They should have stopped it.
Well, here,
Well, to be fair, they didn't know Owen had passed yet
yes,
when they.
Well, they announced it on live pay-per-view that he passed away. So
they got the word. Well, what happened was they rolled him to the back, and obviously they're going to pause the show
Which they
because
did.
it's so crazy. And then they got the announcement that he died. The thing is,
JR literally got it on the spot too.
yeah. The question is, we weren't there to understand what was going on. So yes, you should have stopped the show, but in the same sense,
If you stop the show, you have to refund a lot of angry people who showed up to see
Yeah,
it.
but I
but
think
at the same time, with that, I think
And they have to refund the pay-per-views.
true.
because it probably got a
In
decent fire
hindsight,
rate.
I feel like ultimately in the long term, if they had gone out and announced, okay, everyone, Owen died, we're going to have to stop the show, I think most people would have understood that.
Yeah, or if they would have made an announcement on
What I
on the
would have
pay-per-view.
done is announce that Owen died, but before you ever announce it, you need to go and address the talent and then figure out who's willing to work that night. If
Yeah.
you don't want to work, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there would have been enough. They could have come up with a card, and they could have been honest about the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, just be transparent, gone out and just let the audience know, listen, the show's going to be a little changed up tonight. We unfortunately lost Owen. Some performers have chose to not compete. If you do not want to stay, go to the desk. We'll get you a refund.
But if you want to stay and enjoy the show tonight, you're more than welcome.
And
Because
then
remember, Undertaker, he was visibly
you could
stripped
tell,
out.
like,
Yes.
so it's not just Taker throughout the entire show. You could notice notable guys.
Wasn't Jeff Jarrett wrestling him?
Yeah, he was the match after.
Yeah,
He
was
had
his best
yeah
friend.
he cut a promo backstage. He basically broke character.
Yes.
He was a heel, and he goes, "Owen, I'm praying for you, buddy."
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's practically in tears when he.
And then later on, you mentioned Undertaker. He's in the ring, and he's looking where Owen fell.
yeah. I
And
mean,
Pat Patterson has shook it up too.
because there's like blood. There was like a blood.
There was a
spot.
blood spot right there on
No.
the mat. Yeah.
There is a debate on that blood spot. A lot of people say that blood is from Owen Hart. But there was a spot earlier in the night before Owens'
It was wasn't it
incident,
a hardcore match or something?
and someone had bled roughly in that area. And so it's debated on whether that's Owens' blood or I can't remember who it was, but someone else had bled there.
Well,
and
even
it was
that
their
too.
blood.
But there was a spot where he fell where the boards were broken.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
there was a lumpy spot in the ring where the boards broke.
Yeah, and that's probably what they were looking at. But yeah, you could tell, and even Stone Cold, I know he had.
Fans address the blood. They don't notice the broken boards.
Right.
They all see the blood.
Yeah, but when you look at it, you can definitely see the lump in the ring. But even Stone Cold, I know he had his differences with Owen because of the pile driver and whatnot. But even he came out and he looked like, this is not good.
Well, yeah, I mean that's your colleague, man.
That's your brother.
You're on the road with that guy, even if you're not best friends with him. You see him more often than your family.
It's more of a mutual respect thing. Is what
The point of being in the ring is to keep your opponent safe, and then when something like that happens, that's out of everybody's control. It just puts a dark cloud on everything. So it's one of those things that there's no perfect answer. You could justify everything you want about stopping the show, which that's valid. If they stopped the show, that'd been valid. It's definitely been more valid than I think continuing. I feel like
they always make the argument that Owen would have wanted the show to go on.
I mean,
and that's how I feel half the roster would have felt, which is why you just be more transparent about it.
Because it's a thing in the business. They always say the show must go on and all that.
Those that don't want to compete don't have to, but those that want to for Owen, we will make a new card tonight.
But definitely the rest of the show suffered because of that. So it's not fair if you go back and watch that show and you critique it.
There's no way anybody woke up preparing for someone to die.
No.
So how are they going to... They can't...
It was literally just supposed to be a silly...
Oh, yeah. Those were very rationally made decisions, whether they were wrong, whether they were right. They had to be made in a flash.
Right. And it literally was just it was supposed to be just a silly entrance, like a ha-ha moment, they were supposed to... You could tell, too, so when you go back and watch it, first two matches, everyone's excited, everyone's in the mood, everyone's pumped up, ready to be there, and then, because they obviously cut out a lot of the footage, obviously, and then
the crowd is dead.
The crowd's dead, and even when Stone Cold comes out later, they do pop a little bit, but...
The crowd's dead.
And the commentators, you could tell, even Jerry Lawler, he was visibly shooken up.
Now... I know JR announced it to the TV audience. I wonder if they announced it. Do you know if they announced it to the crowd?
I don't think I've heard, because I've heard a couple of fan accounts and people who were there at the show, but
well, obviously people sitting behind the commentators probably
they obviously heard it. They probably JR did talk in a monotone voice because obviously he was visibly upset. But,
because if they knew about it, that would explain why they were probably so down in the dumps. But if they all had been announced, if it had been announced to them, I wonder if people would have left.
That's a great question, but and Vince definitely caught a lot of heat for making the show going on,
Yeah.
Even Owen's wife, which, Martha,
I mean, I don't always agree with some of the things Martha said, but she's a grieving wife. I would imagine that she
you have to understand
she was pretty freaking upset.
So, apparently, his death was not announced during the show to the fans.
So they didn't even know.
They just kind of knew, I guess, and the mood was just incredibly somber.
You got to think, they saw the EMTs come out, and then they saw him roll him out of the building.
All they knew, he was hurt.
They knew something was wrong. I feel like even the casual fans were like, something's wrong here.
Well, by the way, everything pretty much went after that. I mean everyone knew.
Hell, Jim Ross had to verbally say over and over again, this is not part of the show. This is not part of the show, dude. Because you got to think, at the time, they were doing storylines where they were blending reality and storylines and all that. So they definitely had to reassure this shit is real.
I could think they could fake that.
You can't. You really can't fake shit like that. But
the one thing that still gets me about it is, and this is just...
The best reality is the reality you can't fake, even if it's the reality you didn't want.
That's true.
It was from Dark Side of the Ring, Jim Cornette. His account was... supposedly fans had heard Owen on the way down screaming "move,"
or he said "look out."
He was so concerned all the way to the end about everyone else that he was screaming "move, look out, get out of the way,"
even when he knew his time was up.
And
I think even
I can believe it, and it made Jim cry.
Well, especially from his angle, because he was either going to the rail or the post, and he didn't know which one.
Yeah,
even referee Jimmy Cordero said he felt something whoosh by his head and all that. So and I think he even said he heard Owen say "look out," and that's one of the first times I heard Jim Cornette actually try to break down and cry.
Well, yeah.
It's definitely something really fucked up to talk about. the fact that the man knew he was dying and he still cared about someone's safety and into the end.
Speaking of Jim Cornette, I just want to take a small slide here. Brian Last, Jim Cornette, you should, and whoever your admins are for the Facebook group, please accept me. I've been waiting for quite a while now.
Hurry up and do that. We're kind of like the cult of Cornette.
Yes. They have a very inclusive Facebook group, and they have a very long list of let-ins that they don't address sometimes. Just let me in, guys.
Let me in.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let me in.
Like his shirt does. Let him in.
Michael Kendall, look me up, y'all.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys like wrestling groups, but Rated R Wrestling.
Rated R Wrestling. We are not as inclusive as they are. We'll let you in.
Yeah.
As long as you're not spamming.
Yeah.
And if you're not a
we won't
dickhead.
let you promote anything wrestling related.
Yeah, if you're a backyard wrestler, go ahead.
I think somebody on our Facebook group promoted like a match or something.
Devin Steele, I think that's your name?
Devin, if you're watching, hats off to you, bud. We see you.
Yeah.
we see you, brother. We see you. So if you're an indie wrestler or if you are a wrestler anywhere.
Maybe send us a DVD or something with some of your stuff.
Yeah, we'll do a watch along with it.
Review it or react, yeah.
Absolutely. So anything you guys want to send our way, go ahead.
This is a two-way street, ladies and gentlemen. We react with you and you react with us.
Absolutely.
And we promote our stuff, you promote your stuff, vice versa. We all win.
We're all about the wrestling fans here.
And the community
We
as a
are
whole.
part of the wrestling fans. We're part of the wrestling community. We're all one and the same. The more we help you out, the more you help us out, the more everything gets better. And we're all like one big fan.
See, unlike certain promotions, we listen to the fans.
We try our best to listen.
Yeah.
Even if we call you a dickhead sometimes and we say, you know.
Right.
But we can only listen if you comment.
Yes.
Think about it as a dysfunctional family.
Yes.
Yeah, think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We're family.
So-
Vin Diesel.
We talked about Owen. You mentioned Stone Cold's reaction because of the pile driver. Some people may not get that.
So
so
that was a pretty dark moment.
That's a pretty dark moment too. About
The pile drive.
2 years earlier.
SummerSlam '97. So it'd be about a year and a half prior. So
This moment changed wrestling more than most people realize.
yeah, because
Because believe it or not, before that, Stone Cold was a very technical wrestler.
he was a great wrestler.
Watch some
actually.
of his matches in WCW with like Ricky Steamboat.
It's the Seamer.
The dude could work.
Also, his stuff in Japan.
Yes.
He had matches he was in the G1
Yes.
in the '90s, and he was in there tearing it up with some of the best workers. And when they brought him into the WWF, he was brought in as a mechanic.
Yes, and
So Stone Cold could wrestle.
yes, he can.
Yes, he
But-
could before the neck injury.
and
And he had to
unfortunately-
change his style to a brawler.
Owen did a sit-out pile driver on him, and his head was too low.
Well, because his head was below his ass or
Yes,
something.
and, It
About
pretty-
6-7 inches difference between
Yeah.
everyday move and massive botch.
and you know, up until the pile driver, they were having this great match and all that, and they were tearing it up. The fans were into it.
That's good.
Austin was pretty much paralyzed.
Yeah, for like 7 seconds.
And
He slowly started regaining feeling in certain.
Yeah, according to the man
Limbs.
himself, he said it was like the lights were on, but nobody was home.
it was one of the more uglier roll-ups, but you can understand at the time. Dude
I'm
could barely
surprised he
move.
could even move.
Yes.
Right. And he said it was like a big gong that went off in his head. It was,
Yeah.
And then the sound it makes when it hits the mat.
Dude, and he
Oh.
probably heard cracks. And,
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I can imagine what the man was feeling and all that.
and that forever changed his style. He
Right.
was
And
he was no longer doing a lot of the technical stuff. He became a very big brawler.
And it shortened his career.
it did, because he retired like 6 years later and all that, and it cut his
Yeah.
career. And like you said, he eventually had to evolve to that bar
It's
room
crazy
brawl.
to think, as big as he is, his run at the top
Was not very long.
short.
It was like what? He reached his pinnacle in 98?
98,
And he had-
99, and
and
that
it-
was, and he had a little bit in 2000 and 2001,
He was still a top guy,
but I think
The
98
heel
to
turn really kind of put not the fire out per se, but definitely stoked some of the flame.
yeah, I mean, Rock pretty much was the top guy.
Yeah, Rock kind of surpassed him in his time off, I think.
Right. But definitely by 2002, it was obvious. That
98 to 99, nobody was touching Austin.
Yeah, Austin was the man. He was the guy.
Especially in the merch sales.
No.
Oh, dude, he was the guy.
Dude eclipsed Hogan, I think. In that,
He
in
did.
that-
No one in the company definitely touched his number.
I mean,
for sure.
he saved the whole company pretty much. We mentioned it on our Mount Rushmore episode, but yes,
Yeah.
you know, he changed wrestling. Then, here, you know, there is a grim coincidence with this pile driver. About 4 or 5 years prior in Japan, He did almost a similar thing to Masahiro Chono.
Really?
He broke his neck in a match, and Grim Reality came back and
History repeated
it repeated itself.
ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Chono was changed after that pop. It was a spiked move or something. Same with Austin. He changed as well.
Shit like that happens. You either
Listen.
your head's too far down, or in Hogan's case, your head's too far up.
Oh, you got me, brother.
When Hogan decided to pull Undertaker's leg and kind of
You got me,
his
brother.
claim in the company by telling everyone he got him.
You got me, brother.
Until Taker saw the tape, and then he was like, "You didn't."
That son of a bitch.
And he's like, "That motherfucker."
That son of a bitch. He got me.
And then Hogan was like, "Oh, I just said you stung me, brother," and he changed his story. Like literally, he was laying on Vince's office floor that night crying and saying, "Get my wife on the phone," like he was dying. I'm like, dude, you were way up here, dude. You did not touch that chair. Undertaker's knees took a bigger bump than you.
Yes.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Hogan.
His knees actually hit the mat.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and watch that match over and over again. You can say, "Oh my God, Hogan is telling porky pies over here." But yeah, I mean,
Hogan always found a way that if he was losing,
he
he had to do something to kind
that
of.
doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, pretty much. With the Warrior, he kind of stole his thunder by
Yeah,
coming
like
back
barely kicking out of the move too, and all that. And
Yeah.
he only lost clean a few times, but
Right.
fuck, he did more for Jacques Rougeau at a house show. I mean, and he literally got beat clean as
Well,
a
that's
whistle.
because it's non-canon, brother. It's on.
That doesn't happen, brother. That
No,
never
Didn't
happened.
happen, brother.
not
No,
on
no,
live
brother.
TV.
No, brother, that didn't happen. No, but with the neck situation, wrestling is not ballet, man.
No.
You get hurt. It happens. Freak accidents happen.
It is a very
Man.
physical sport,
Yeah, all you people
show,
out there,
whatever you want to call it.
everybody out there says it's fake and no one gets hurt.
Ask
You're-
Darren Drozdrov if it was.
Yeah, that was a dark moment. Darren Drozdov getting his
Rest in
neck.
peace.
R.I.P. Darren Drozdov, and shout out to D'Lo. We love you.
Yeah.
We love you, D'Lo. It wasn't your
Which
fault.
he reassured D'Lo that it wasn't his
Oh, he
fault.
did. Even like he was like, he kept apologizing to him. And he goes, "It wasn't your fault, dude. It was not."
Shit
Your
happens. I mean,
Yeah.
you get when you're doing that stuff, you can't control it. I mean, you can try to be as safe as you want, but if nature takes its course and the right spot is moved to the wrong spot,
Well, apparently what had happened was Darren Drozdov was wearing a kind of a top similar like what the early Hardys used to wear,
Yeah, it was like a mesh shirt.
and it slipped D'Lo's grip on the way up for the powerbomb, and D'Lo
okay.
didn't hardly have hold of him, and he dropped him straight on his neck.
Yeah, that footage doesn't exist yet anymore.
Yeah,
so
good reason.
thank God. There's stills there's pictures of the EMTs.
I've seen that still before.
I've seen a picture of the on the way up, pretty much almost the moment where D'Lo's hand slips.
I've never seen a picture of that. They did have a brief clip of it, some of the old DVDs where they say don't try this at
Yeah,
home.
that's where they're lifting him up.
They
on the
lift him on the
gurney.
gurney, and I didn't know that was him for
Yeah.
years. I didn't know that was him. But yeah, I mean, and Darren, he took it on the head, on the chin. He's like, "Hey,
I mean, at that point, he couldn't really do anything about it except just try to move on with his life.
Well, to be fair, WWE tried to take very good care of him. They paid pretty much all of his medical expenses, gave him a job as a writer for the show for many years, even gave him his own custom, pretty much tank four-wheeler of a wheelchair so he could hunt.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yes.
yeah, they took care of him."
They took pretty good care of him up until he died in 2023.
Yeah. That's the thing. As
Even
much
after-
flack as you want to give the company, they will take care of people even that are not in their employment anymore. They were sponsoring a lot of Scott Hall's rehabs even when he was out of the company. So
Yes.
They were.
as much as everyone says fuck the Fed, sometimes they do go above and beyond to help people you wouldn't expect that they would help.
That's true. Yeah, they'll take care of you. Even if they put you in a damn brawl for all, but yeah, they did do that to Draws, but they're like, all right, we'll give you your own shit here. We're sorry for the brawl for all and all that. God, the fucking brawl for all. That's dark in another light. The fucking brawl. That should have been on a what the fuck.
Oh, that might eventually be.
Yeah,
That's
That probably will make it one day.
Stay tuned.
yeah, poor Bart Gunn.
Or Dr. Death. God.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Dr. Death sometime too. You have anything you want to share?
I do. I have a subject I would like to touch on, and it kind of touches on the rehab we were on a bit ago. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put a foreword on this because we are the Rated R Wrestling Podcast, and we are uncensored. What I'm about to go into is going to touch some very sensitive topics. So if you're sensitive to any kind of sexual abuse or anything like that, feel free to fast forward the show.
We will not hold it against you.
We are here to peel back some pretty dirty onions in the
But if
wrestling
you want
business.
to come along for the ride, join us.
That being said, you were warned.
This is for educational purposes.
I would like to talk about Grizzly Smith, Jake the Snake, and that whole family tree.
Good old Grizzly Smith.
So let's start with the father himself, Aurelian Smith Sr.,
Yeah.
Grizzly Smith. Legendary wrestler,
Kind of.
sort of, for the old days. For the old
Yeah,
days.
for the territories he might have been well known, but
Us Kentucky boys, he used to be on a team called the Kentuckians. I forgot who his partner was. That was his gimmick when he was in like in a tag team back then.
that's when he was tag champions all the time, yeah.
I don't remember who his partner was. If you know, put in the comments.
Also a former WCW backstage producer.
Yes.
But during his I'm trying to think of a word for it. Controversial career as a wrestler, ladies and gentlemen.
Understatement.
Yeah, that's definitely an understatement.
Grizzly Smith was a fan of. There's no real polite way to put this, ladies and gentlemen. He was a fan of young girls,
Yep. Jailbait.
He liked them young.
and apparently the conception of Jake the Snake Roberts even happened with the rape of a. It's debated about if it's a 12 or a 14-year-old
I know
girl.
it was one of those two. I've heard both.
But apparently that rape led to the conception of a baby that ended up being one of our wrestling heroes, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yep.
Now that whole situation apparently was one of the things that led to Jake the Snake's long history of drug abuse. And that was during a time when there was no Fed, or at least the Fed wasn't in a spot like it is now to offer you rehab.
Right.
No.
So he paddled his own demons on his own.
Also, it affected his relationship with women for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he made the quote one time that he couldn't bounce his daughter on his lap because of all the sexual abuse. He was afraid that he'd be tempted to follow in his father's footsteps. And it's kind of messed up
That's
because
very messed up.
Jake's grandmother was married to Grizzly, and then she had her own daughter that was not blood related to Grizzly, and Grizzly assaulted her, and like you said, that's what led to Jake's birth.
And then that led to a forced marriage due to that ill-fated conception.
Yep.
Now, it didn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, Grizzly Smith also apparently later on, many years later, apparently sexually abused his daughter, Rockin' Robin.
Rockin' Robin.
Yes.
Cheryl Roberts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Robin Smith, actually.
Oh, Robin Smith.
That
yeah.
might be her married name.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's Jake the Snake's sister. They're also related to Sam Houston. He's their brother.
And she was also an 8-year-old when she was abused, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty messed
and
up.
did you catch her description of how Grizzly would groom her?
I have seen the special, but I'll be honest, it slipped my mind, and probably for good reason. But go ahead and refresh me.
Brace your ears.
It's pretty rough. He would do the neglect route where he would purposefully neglect her for a long time. And a young daughter is going to want her dad's love, right? Pretty fucked up. And Jake the Snake's psychology comes from his father because he was pretty master of psychology. And he would eventually, out of the blue, out of this long extended period of neglect, immediately go, "Oh, daddy loves you," and then makes her vulnerable. And she said that's where he started touching her.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, she wasn't the only one neglected. He emotionally abused and neglected all 3 of his children.
Oh, yeah. Jake,
And apparently even others. He's allegedly the father of many children through illicit means.
Oh, I'm sure. that dude's got offspring.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're wanting me to say it, this is an uncensored show. He raped little children, ladies and gentlemen.
He was a rapist, a child diddler, if you will.
And the sick part about it is, dude had access to children. Like,
Children go to wrestling shows. His whole career.
Parents would let their kids go with him. They called him Uncle Grizzly. They would see their kids off with him. There's accounts of this. He would drive off with these teenage girls, parents waving him by. Okay, go have fun with Uncle Grizzly. I mean, the dude had so much power and influence in the wrestling territories. Dude could get away with anything.
Well, plus he was a big dude too, so he was like almost 7 foot.
No one was going to mess with Grizzly.
No one's gonna fuck with him. And then, he would always tell Jake, like, you're worthless, you're nothing.
All the mental abuse on Jake. That's why Jake got so fucked up.
One of the many reasons.
And Jake became a wrestler in spite of his dad. Like, he became a wrestler to shove it in his dad's face and say, fuck you,
Yes,
I'm
he
doing
did.
it.
And actually, his dad actually had it out for him in the business and had him fired from several different
That's
companies.
pretty
Yeah.
fucked up.
Even when he had his WCW run, Grizzly Smith was running backstage.
I'd say he may have even played hands in Robin's and maybe even his other son's very short-lived career.
It's possible. I know he tried to use their clout. That's what got him a job in the WWF in the early 90s.
Before things kind of backlashed.
He kind of piggybacked off Jake, because Jake was established in the company at this point. It might have been the late 80s, if I'm mistaken.
Somewhere around
Sam Houston was there, Rockin' Robin. He piggybacked off them to get a job, which is ironic in itself.
That is very ironic.
And, it's Jake. All the shit that you see that's wrong with Jake, he learned the best and the worst traits from his dad. The reason why Jake the Snake is such a great ring psychologist, he learned by the mental abuse from his father, and it's self-admitted. And it's crazy. Like, I remember a clip from Beyond the Mat, which is a good documentary that you guys should check
Great
out.
documentary. Big
That's
shout
the
out.
first time I ever saw Grizzly Smith. I didn't know who he was in context at the time. But Jake is, I guess, at his dad's house, and they're just sitting there not speaking a word, and it's a very eerie scene.
Yeah, like Jake is like raking the leaves,
Yes.
and Grizzly's standing there looking at him and all that.
Yeah.
And even in the interview portion, when they're interviewing him, he's talking about Jake like he's just a burden and all that. Like, he's not even talking like it's his son or anything.
Yeah.
The
So
man
he-
was just very emotionally distant from his children.
Yeah,
he
he was
was probably more his burdens.
And not only did he inflict these horrible acts on children, he allowed it too, because Jake's own words, his stepmother was sexually abusing him, and Grizzly was letting it happen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm sure Grizzly was also having things happen to Robin. I mean, I don't have any confirmation, but knowing the actions of Grizzly, I'd say that was a thing. Maybe he did manage to find it in himself to abuse his own daughter, but if a man can do that, a man can probably allow others to do the same.
There's no telling. I mean,
Plus, he was a drinker too, so he was a heavy alcoholic and whatnot.
And they said it was worse on the booze.
Oh yeah. So think about it. A worse version of Grizzly Smith on booze. God, what a mean son of a bitch. And, like,
and it's hard because you couldn't, like, back then, nobody knew about anybody's private life in the business.
no.
And even if you did,
No internet.
No Me Too movement.
And even if you did, Grizzly had so much pull. Who would want to go and try to get under Grizzly's bad side? Like,
Like I
Grizzly had connections with town officials, cops. Like,
He had a lot of people in his back pocket.
if you were in fights and stuff in territories and you went to jail, they would say, okay, Uncle Grizzly's going to come take care of it. He would miraculously get you out of jail, no harm, no foul.
This guy had his hands in a lot of pockets.
So dude had influence, and that's
In a lot of dark ways that we may never know.
no. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of horrible things, like their other sister. I forgot her name. She was the one that was kidnapped and murdered. A lot of people speculate Grizzly had something to do with that too.
I think even Darkseid talked.
Yeah, they touched upon that.
Yeah,
That's where I found out about
They
it.
talked about it because they did an episode about
So-
Grizzly Smith.
Yeah, he.
Yeah, so this guy, there's a lot of things he may have took to the grave with him and all that. So
A lot of dark secrets, I am
Yes.
sure.
I'm sure, yeah, that was never brushed upon and probably never will be.
Fans, if you have a Grizzly Smith rumor you want to share with
Yeah,
us
if
in the wrestling
yeah, if you
community,
got
feel free to
stories,
hit us up in the
let us
comments.
know.
If you got any connections from people who have accounts or anything like that, send us our way and all that.
Yeah.
And we'll
Give us a link, anything.
anything, any concrete evidence or anything like that.
Anyone who knows that has commented with us, we usually go out of our way to make sure
That's what
we
we're here to
talk
do.
to you back.
Yeah.
We're here to get down and dirty and open up open it up
Yeah.
and peel back this stinky layer onion and all that.
Do you have anything else you want to bring up right now?
Any dark moments?
Yeah.
How about some of the scandals throughout the years? Like, how
Yeah.
about like the steroid
Yeah,
trial? You know, and then
Well, let's do a 2-for-1 because around the same
this was
time,
basically the same time period. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up the Ring Boy scandal.
Yeah, Pat Patterson,
Yeah, buddy.
Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I was actually quite fascinated a few years ago when I first discovered that this was a thing. I had no idea that the company almost was shut down because of this shit.
Not just the steroids, but
And
this.
which a lot of people talk more about the steroids than the Ring Boy scandal, and I'm like, why? The Ring Boy scandal was far worse.
Yeah, I mean, steroids is one thing. And,
Well,
you know,
the Ring Boy scandal, they basically, unless you're part of the people that believe Pat Patterson really was involved, they apparently scrubbed the company, found out who was the culprit, and got rid of them. Which, do you know the name of the person?
Mel Phillips.
Mel Phillips.
Yep.
Yeah, Mel Phillips. He was a ring announcer.
Yep, he was behind it.
Also a referee at times, I think?
Yeah, too. He was one of the other big ones named along with Pat Patterson. Pat Patterson, his career never really took a nosedive from it. He actually recovered from it quite well, actually.
Pretty much, he was absolved of any wrongdoing, at least in the company.
Pretty much.
But if you're not familiar, back in the early 90s, there was some controversy because some former WWF wrestlers and personnel all came together and was like, listen, young boys are putting up the ring and they're getting sexually abused by higher WWF officials. And there's a lot of homosexual sexual trading for favors.
Quid pro quo.
Yes, and you got to remember, this is early 90s, so the gay panic, homosexual panic.
The AIDS epidemic was still going on.
And that blew my mind when I first heard about that because I never knew anything about that.
I'll tell you how I found out. I found a clip of a talk show called Donahue.
Donahue, yes.
Where they
Phil
brought
Donahue.
Phil Donahue. They brought him on the show. Vince was on it.
Yeah,
Bruno
gotta give Vince
Sammartino.
credit. He had the balls to go out there and face all of his.
Yeah, he did.
Bruno was there. John Arezzi was there. Dave Meltzer was there.
Barry Orton.
Barry Orton, Randy Orton's uncle was
Randy's
there.
uncle. Yeah.
What was that? Who was Hodge Phillips? What was that his name? He was the announcer guy.
Yeah.
He was the one that claimed that Pat Patterson fired him after refusing to sleep with him. Like he offered, Pat Patterson said, "If you want to keep your job, you're going to sleep with me." And then he ended up getting fired anyway.
Yep. It was a pretty big scandal.
Yeah, there was like Bruno Sammartino. This was during his time where he was full force anti-Fed.
Yeah, this is when he
Billy
made
Graham
it.
was there too.
Yeah, Billy Graham. He was on there because he
Yeah.
was against the company. Well, he still
So
was.
shots were coming at Vince. I am so surprised that like you got the steroid thing and then the Ring Boy thing. How the fuck did they manage not to get
Dude,
out of
Vince-
the company? But I have an idea. It's probably Jeremy McDivitt. He was their top lawyer. If you watch the Dark Side episode about the steroid trial, you'll understand Vince. He was covered on the attorney basis for sure.
Oh yeah, he had some very expensive lawyers. He did. He had some.
It's amazing that they got out of that with the skin of their teeth.
Dude, Vince could have went to jail.
Dodged not one
But-
bullet, but two. They
He could have went to jail twice.
But they didn't go unscathed because the product was kind of declining.
Well,
because
yeah,
of
this is
that.
when the product took a
Bad
nosedive.
PR definitely gave
Yeah, I
them
mean,
backlash.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the rumor that Jerry Jarrett was supposedly going to be the backup? Like, if Vince went to jail, Jerry Jarrett was going to take
That's
over.
what I heard. Jerry,
Yes.
he would Jarrett because he was working for the Fed.
That was the contingency plan.
Yes.
Because he was working at the time for him, and then Vince was. Y'all don't understand how close Vince was to go to prison.
He was
Very close. Like he was getting indicted on charges almost.
Yeah, and
That's
ironically,
what he did.
Oh, he got indicted. Yeah.
unironically, Hogan kind of was the one that kind of saved him from going to jail over the steroids.
Well, he testified against him in court too. After
Yeah, but
left
he
the
didn't.
company.
He didn't do what the prosecutors wanted. He
Yeah, he did not say Vince told me to take
No.
them. He said I took steroids of my own will, and he had nothing to do with it.
and to think they were at they had bad blood. At the
Yes.
time. So Hogan had
Hogan
nothing-
could have buried him and changed
Yes,
the wrestling
Hogan was in
business
W-
overnight.
Hogan was in WCW at the time.
Hogan could have if Hogan had testified that Vince did all that, Vince was gone.
Yep. And
No
then
doubt about it.
in an alternate reality, Jerry Jarrett would have ran the WWF.
Ugh.
And who knows what that would
Maybe
have looked
straight
like.
into the ground. Maybe it would have broken up into the territory system again.
I don't know.
Who knows?
WWF could have been like Memphis. Who knows?
But yeah, that's.
But yeah,
If
Vince.
you're an
was-
alternate dimension traveler and you know that
I'm not in the comment.
yeah, if you're a fucking time traveler,
find out.
you're a fucking time traveler, and you
And
didn't.
feel free, be a guest on our show. We'd love to see how everything's working over there.
Yeah, and if you're one of those, say if you knock over like even a little can, the timeline changes.
We are open to everyone from any dimension.
And even if you're an alien, get over here.
Speaking of any dimension, Danhausen, we'd like to have you on there, buddy.
Yes,
Hey,
the freaky
just-
curse.
I got a mirror, bro. Don't try to do that curse on me.
Hey, don't you put the curse
I'll
on
put
me?
it back on you. Don't. Do it.
I'm already cursed, Dick.
Besides, my thing is to point at myself.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta do it.
If you think you could curse me even more, be my guest. Take a fucking shot. Take a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but talking about some two major bullets that he fucking avoided there.
Yeah,
Yes.
no doubt.
Jewish.
That was a rough time. Just
Interesting time to be a fan. No,
I couldn't imagine. I just because you got to remember this is early '90s, so there's a lot of parent activist groups out there. I mean, I'm sure wrestling was kind of looked at hokey by some people, but that was like ammo for the ammunition just to take.
Wrestling was under fire by several groups, including conservative groups, Mothers Against Violence,
Phil Mushnick,
Phil
fucking
Mushnick.
kill Mushnick. God damn.
dude, fuck Phil Mushnick.
So yeah, the business was under fire from several different sides at the time, and legally as well with the Vince trial.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Vince beat the government, man.
To his credit, he did.
He beat the federal government.
He beat them, and I think that had to have been a big boost for his ego.
Well, he had the Mac Man.
Do you think the neck brace was for show?
Yeah. What was the deal? Didn't he have a neck injury or something? Or he had neck surgery.
A lot of his detractors thought the neck brace was just for sympathy points.
See, I always
Knowing
remember
Vince
that.
as a showman, he probably. I mean, probably.
I've always seen that
His
shot.
official
where-
story was he had some sort of surgery, and that was required.
Yeah, I've always seen that shot where he's walking out of the courtroom with Linda. And he's got that neck brace. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And Hogan's walking out of there too. So yeah.
That is an old injury lawyer trick. Give him a neck brace for
Get sympathy.
the trial.
For sympathy, that way the jury can find you not guilty. Yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe that was a boost from the Mac Man. Yeah.
So we'll take a trip back a little bit. I was trying to remember.
It's really far back. He's already forgot.
What year was this? We were talking about this in the car. Oh yeah. This involves two families, the Von Erichs and the Grahams.
Oh.
Pretty fucked up family tree for those two families.
Two of the most cursed families probably ever.
Yeah. We can't do it justice here. The Dark Side of the Ring does a good thing.
They have
on
a
that.
documentary on both families. Also, there is the Triumph and Tragedy of World Class Championship
Yes,
Wrestling.
that's actually free on YouTube. I would check that out.
It's on the WWE Vault channel.
the
They have
WWE
it.
Vault channel.
For those that prefer it more theatrically, there is the Iron Claw.
Yes, I've yet to see
I've yet to see it, but I
Me
heard it's
too.
a really good movie.
Me too.
that. I would love to see that. I heard it's an interesting movie. But,
But yes, let's talk about some
so,
two
I
tragic
mean,
tales.
yeah, so they were. It's an unfortunate thing that happens because it involves a lot of suicides. So if suicide's a touchy
Suicide
subject.
warning for those who are triggered to that and
Yep.
don't want to hear about it. This is your cue.
In case you don't know who the Von Erichs are,
They are the biggest wrestling family out of the state of Texas.
and they pretty much had a stranglehold, no pun intended, because one of them used the song "Stranglehold" as their theme song. I
In
think
the
it
Dallas
was.
area,
I think it
right?
was Kevin that used it.
Probably.
Yeah. So
they
in the
were-
Dallas, Texas, in the old Sportatorium, Fritz Von Erich, who was not called Fritz Von Erich, his name was something else.
His name was
What's-
some Atkinson.
I
was his
believe
name.
that's not their real names either.
No, the Von Erichs is not their real
No.
name. Their real name's surname is Atkinson.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
but we will call him the Von
But
Erichs.
Fritz was given that name when he became a Nazi.
Yeah.
That because back in the day that was the big.
That was a quick way to be a heel.
Yep.
Yep.
Make him foreign and make him mean.
Baron von Raschke, Fritz Von Erich.
Fritz Von Erich. Eventually, he got out of that, became
Promoter.
He ran the Dallas territory.
World Class
brought
Championship
his
Wrestling.
sons into business, and they just kept the surname Von Erich. And there was Kevin, Kerry,
David.
Who is the other one?
Let's see.
Kevin,
Carey,
Kerry,
David, Mike,
Mike, yes.
and not Lance. Lance was fake.
Oh, yeah, fuck Lance.
Lance Von Erich was fake.
Yeah,
He was a made up Von Erich.
Yeah.
which I believe is played by MJF in the theatriral version.
Because yes, in the Iron Claw.
Shout out MJF.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah, you-
Salt to the earth.
You fucking douche. I'm kidding. I love you, MJF.
Well, he'd probably call you a fat neckbeard.
Yeah, he probably would. Yeah.
You basement dwelling fat neckbeard.
He lit a candle. The brood is not showing up.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh, the jingle lighting?
No, you see the flames in your corner of your screen. No, it's okay. No,
No, that's a fact. That's a
not
fact.
the brood. It's
And
not
through hellfire
it's not the
brimstone.
brood. Shout out David Heath. Not the brood. Gangrel. How you doing, buddy?
Sorry, guys, my hands are cold. I just want a little flame.
Through hellfire brimstone.
No, but to make a long story short, through different
Yeah.
drug addictions, injuries,
was-
most of the Von Erich boys ended up killing
It
themselves.
started with Mike, or was it David?
No,
It
well,
was David. It was David.
David, he died not by own self.
He died by an infection or something.
No, well, they said that he kind of like either overdosed or the bigger story is he had like appendicitis and it just burst on.
He was on a tour. He was on a tour in Japan.
Yep. and
But
he-
that is not the official cause.
Right. So he was on a
the
tour in
rumor
Japan.
was overdose, but I think Kevin later debunked it, saying it was like a rupture in his appendicitis or something along that lines.
And Dark Side goes into it, but
Yeah, so we can't do it justice. I recommend checking out.
But
Dark Side.
they do say that all they could tell who's the guy that worked with the Von Erichs basically is like their right hand dude. It was some guy, but
I forgot already.
he basically said the Japanese hotel lady said he did, like David
Well, that
did.
was Bill Irwin. Then.
Bill Irwin, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill
the
Irwin,
goon.
the Lagoon.
But then, so like that's the tragedy of that
Yeah.
family was that Kevin, I think, is the only one left.
He is. Kevin is the one that
The
didn't get
sole
cursed.
survivor.
So after David, it was
Yeah.
Mike, I think. Mike Von Erich died next, or was it Chris? Wait, it was Chris Von Erich.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris Von Erich was
Don't
the
worry
other
about
one.
Chris.
Okay, so Chris was the younger brother, I think. He was the youngest.
Yes.
Yeah, so he was the smaller brother, and he was obviously the youngest brother of the bunch. He dies because he was the last one.
I think most of them except David. I think they all committed suicide.
Pretty much. Carrie,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
poor Carrie.
Yep.
I mean, he had his demons because
it really is sad.
he had his motorcycle
Texas
accident.
tornado, man.
Yeah, I mean, he had his motorcycle accident, which, by the way, he kept a really good secret.
Yeah,
of.
nobody knew that he had an artificial leg.
Yeah, I didn't. For years, I didn't know it. And then he had his drug problems, and he was in the Fed. He was IC champion.
Yes.
You know,
he actually had the most success out of all the Von Erich boys if you're thinking like global, worldwide.
Because he was the one who, because it was originally supposed to be David Von Erich to face Ric Flair at Texas Stadium.
Yeah, and David was slated to win the NWA World Title.
So then they did the David Von Erich Memorial Show, and then Carrie
was
won.
pretty much given to it as like a bone.
I think Carrie was supposed to be like the top Von Erich of the bunch. I think Fritz was
But David was, and then David's death led to
Carrie being the guy with the look.
Yes.
But they are well known for having the legendary feud with the Fabulous Freebirds.
Yes.
Freebird!
Shout out Michael Hayes.
Terry Gordy,
Rest in
Bam Bam
peace,
Gordy,
Roberts.
Jimmy Jam Garvin.
Yeah. And then, like we mentioned before, the Grahams had sort of a similar fate.
Yeah, they.
It's not as well known as the Von Erichs.
But it's pretty fucking dark.
It's pretty dark. Yeah.
Dr. Jerry Graham.
Yeah.
Which by the way, fun fact, was Vince's favorite wrestler.
Yes.
Because Vince was toying with the idea of becoming a wrestler back in the 70s or in the 60s.
Something like that.
And
His father didn't like the idea.
His dad didn't want him to do it. Vince
Which,
Senior.
fun fact, Vince is not his biological son. I don't think.
Vince Senior?
No, he was, but he basically it was through like I believe a paternity suit that he found out that he was his father.
Because Vince was his original name was Vinnie Lupton.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, well, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
he
was
from a
Vince
trailer.
Sr. did deny him at birth.
Yes.
I believe it was proved later.
Yes.
And he was from a mean trailer park in
Yes, he was
South
from
Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yep.
Vince didn't grow up in Greenwich.
No.
No, he was from the mean streets of the...
So for a while he was known as Vince Lupton.
But Vince, when he was toying with the idea of being a wrestler, Dr. Jerry Graham was his big inspiration because he was a big Dr. Jerry Graham fan.
Yeah.
Which Dr. Jerry Graham was a wrestler in the 50s.
Jerry Graham, wasn't he the guy that took his dead mother's corpse and was running through the hospital?
Yes. He picked up his dead mother's carcass and He had a 12-gauge shotgun, I think, and he was threatening to kill the whole staff if they
The 70s, y'all.
God,
70s wrestling.
Jim
Especially
Cornette.
70s Memphis.
Oh, in Memphis. Oh my God, that could be an episode one day. We talk
I
about
believe we might
CW,
do Memphis Madness one day.
CWA Memphis Wrestling.
Yeah, buddy.
I was telling the boys on
Maybe
the
throw Mid-South in there too.
Mid-South
Because
Coliseum.
it's close regionally.
Shout out Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, because then you could talk about Andy Kaufman, too.
Or maybe we'll, if you guys want it, and let us know, maybe we'll touch on each of the territories.
We could do territory, Tales from the Territory, like how.
But
that's
only if you
copyright.
want us to. Because
Yeah.
honestly, we're a bit more modern fans, but we're more than welcome
we're-
to do the research.
yeah.
Just let us know.
We'll give you a crash course on some territories and all that.
But while we're on the subject of Vince McMahon, we can't talk about dark shit in wrestling without talking about what he fucking did a few years ago.
Oh my
the
God.
Janelle Grant case.
Jeez Louise. Holy crap. A guy who I never thought would leave the company except in a hearse.
Was forced to.
Well, first of all, it was shocking when he announced his retirement.
Yes.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Vince retires.
Retires.
Yeah, retires.
We get a bit of a wrestling boom because Vince's stranglehold on certain things are lifted. And then Vince decides to come back. I'm coming back because I got the shares in the company. And then
If anyone's gonna sell this, it's me.
the deal is made. And then all the shit starts coming out about what he really did. And
No
then
pun intended.
bye-bye. Oh, yeah, no pun
No pun intended, especially
Oh,
what he did.
gosh.
Oh.
So, if you didn't know.
Have you ever been called a shithead?
Yeah. You're living under a rock.
Now you know where it came from.
We have another warning for you if you're triggered by defecation, rough marital aid play, or just debauchery of
And Vince saying, "Take it, bitch."
ungodly proportions. We warn you now. But this was in the Wall Street Journal, so
Yeah, this was the
if
direct
we
quote.
Publish this. I feel like we can talk about it.
Take it, bitch.
I wasn't saying he should censor himself. I just found it funny, ladies and gentlemen. Rated R Tron. and sponsored.
Also, if you don't like the fact that a 77-year-old man names his dildos after wrestlers.
Here comes the Mantar.
Yeah, you're ready to get fucked by Atom Bomb.
The Son of Simba.
Are you ready for the Annihilator? Are you ready for the King Kong Bundy? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Here comes Hulk Hogan. Here it comes right up your ass. He's the champion. Make way for Zeus. Yeah.
No one's not come with Hulk Hogan. He's the champion.
Yeah. Here comes Stone Cold.
Take it, bitch.
Take it, bitch.
Now, these were quotes in the
You
Wall
know
Street
I call
Journal.
this one Stone Cold.
Supposedly, Vince and John Laurinaitis had held Janelle down and was proclaiming
Oh no, I didn't.
proclaiming things such as "take it, bitch," just
Take it, bitch. Oh.
vile fucking things. I don't even know if you should laugh at this, but apparently Vince shat on her head.
Now they didn't confirm if it was like he got on top of her head and deliberately shit, or because he's an old man and he just shit himself.
But regardless, intentional or not, why was his asshole by her head?
Vince and his ass. Just my God. My God.
What provocated her head being in range of his ass?
Well, I got one mental image that would probably do that. They were performing in Eiffel Tower, ladies and gentlemen, and they decided to pause to do it, and Vince went up, and something came down.
And it definitely hurt. It came crashing down, and it definitely hurt
Eiffel
inside.
Tower, look it up. Urban Dictionary.
It came crashing down. It hurt inside on her head. And then apparently all this shit, no pun intended, was going down in the old
But to be
WWE
fair,
headquarters.
Vince thinks poo and pee is really funny. So
That
he
probably
thought
explains
it
a
was
lot.
hilarious.
I'm gonna shit on your head.
This really explains a lot.
That's good shit, pal.
That's good shit.
That's good.
Do you smell it? Yeah, smell
Do
it.
you smell what Vince is cooking?
Yeah.
I do, Vince. I smell it.
You know I came up with that.
I know you did.
We're not laughing to
Yeah, this isn't like.
it doesn't like to degrade Janelle Grant.
Sorry, Janelle.
But
It's really just to impersonate Vince.
just the absurdity
of Vince.
Yeah.
of just this whole story and how
How does one shit on a head, Cleve? Now we know Cleve with steamer. Shit on
not
the
even
chest,
to
but-
mention the
And if you
fact
don't Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary, Cleveland Steamer.
Not even to mention the fact that he was using her as bait to re-sign Brock.
Oh, yeah. So this has put a shadowy
Yeah.
cloud on Brock.
So in case you're wondering why some people are peeved that Brock is back, that's a bigger reason for that.
Now, whether that happened or not, I don't know.
Well, it's
It's a very uncomfortable thing to slip into.
It's pretty well established that Brock never physically did anything with her. It was more the things that were being set up that were going to potentially happen.
oh,
Yeah.
this was for you, bro.
They were supposed to meet up, but I believe a snowstorm derailed their plans. But it was going to happen at one point. We do know that he demanded urine photos from her.
Apparently, Brock's got a thing for pee.
Yeah, so he technically didn't do anything physically.
Don't kill us, Brock.
But he in one shape or form participated.
We're just
And the
journalists.
fact that she
Is it wrong to say that's probably why Mia turned out looking like she did? Maybe there's a little bit of pee in there.
Oh, my God. Ugh.
Hey, Brock, he said it, not me.
Brock, don't. We're just journalists here. Don't kill us.
Great, no, we're never going to
If
be.
you agree with me, comment.
We're not going to be what?
We're not going to be going to Canada anytime soon.
No, he's in Saskatchewan, so he'll be all right. Sorry, Brock.
Brock's daughter would just
I
smash
meant
her
for Mia. Not Brock.
Oh, sorry, Mia.
Oh.
Make sure your boyfriend behaves.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
What football team was he playing for?
Kansas City?
No, he played for the University of Colorado.
Oh, okay. I knew he was like a football player.
I don't fucking know.
That'd be an awkward meeting. Oh, my dad's Brock Lesnar. Oh shit.
Yeah, you do it, pal.
Ugh.
Imagine that big handshake and you squeeze your hand and be like, better behave.
Yeah.
God.
So, does anybody have any other dark things they want to bring up before we maybe move on to more lighter subjects?
I feel Black Friday has been pretty black so far.
It's been pretty dark.
Oh, that you.
Oh, yeah.
We could. I wanted to. I was going to forget about this, but Black Friday. Let's talk about Black Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
Black-
dark Saturday.
Black Saturday.
So Black Saturday was the day that Vince McMahon took over Georgia Championship Wrestling.
So basically, Vince was on WCW programming before.
He was. It's such a surreal image to see Vince McMahon standing in front of a WCW backdrop, and this was not
Yes.
like the simulcast in 2001.
No, he was legit on TBS.
Vince owned controlling shares of Georgia Championship Wrestling. Dark Side of the Ring covers it better. We've mentioned that before.
Yes.
Basically, a coup happened. The Briscoes and some other people got in touch with Jim Barnett, and they were able to get Vince controlling shares of that company and basically out maneuver Ole Anderson into taking control of the company. And Vince failed. Ultimately, he failed in his takeover, but the failure led to the money used to fund the first WrestleMania.
Yeah, so this was
So the money he got when he sold the stocks back funded WrestleMania 1. So without Black Saturday, there would be no WrestleMania.
Yep, and there was a lot of sketchy shit being done behind scenes.
Vince was also still repaying back the loan that even gave him control of the company in the first place.
From his dad. Yep.
Yeah. Though, there was a lot of collusion, backstabbing. It's a fascinating story if you ever want to watch the episode about it.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Because a lot of people, it got to the point where there was actually potential hits on
But we're going
Vince's
to be
life.
put on Vincent and possibly others.
Jim Barnett was a target too because he was the guy that gave Vince all the skeletons in the closet. Like he knew
He gave him all the dirt.
he
and
had all the connections. Jim Barnett was a very powerful man in the business. One of the guys who helped define modern pro wrestling. So
Wasn't Ole Anderson involved on this?
He was the opposing bidder against Vince.
Ole Anderson led a coup to take Jim Barnett out of power in Georgia Championship Wrestling. And because of that, Jim Barnett was pretty pissed. So he went with Vince McMahon and was able to figure out how to get in touch with the Gerald and his brother, the Briscoes. And they were able to pull a coup on their own. They left the NWA and they ended up buying the shares of Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Yep.
And Vince was going to just expand like he wanted to. His expansion. And unfortunately, the fans of the Georgia territory didn't like the Northern product.
They did not.
And
They
it was a
hated
complete backfire. Because people like
It wasn't wrestling.
yeah, people tuning in to see Wildfire Tommy Rich were getting matches in Madison Square Garden from people who they had no idea. who
All
they were.
American wrestling.
So, yeah, Vince, like we mentioned, he ended up selling his shit back, and the money he used to fund WrestleMania.
So WrestleMania would have never happened.
Vince ultimately still wins because WrestleMania gave him the expansion that he wanted.
And he almost prevented the Monday Night Wars 10 years prior.
Yeah,
So, yeah, in an alternate reality, Ted Turner would have never bought WCW and all that.
yeah. So
Vince would have owned
so
it.
that was people consider that one of the most significant moments in pro wrestling history.
Not a lot of
Because
people know about it either.
Yeah, so
Not a lot of people know.
If
The
you
modern
want-
fan does not know
Yes.
most of the time.
Now you know.
if you want to know more about it, Dark Side of the Ring.
You're welcome, Vice. We're giving you all these shout-outs.
So yeah,
Or any documentary about the fall of the territories, really.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of documentaries about the territories
buddy.
and whatnot. Yep.
so we'll close out the dark discussion here. We've had some. If you guys have any other things we didn't mention, leave it in the comments.
Put a pin on it.
Who knows? We might touch upon some of those in a future What the Fuck episode.
We might. It may bring it on a lighter note.
So we're gonna lighten up the mood a little bit.
We're going to lighten it up.
I gotta
Like
say,
this candle.
I gotta say this. And Ashley, if you're watching this, I hope you're watching this.
You better be watching
Logan
this.
Paul is a fucking genius.
He's a genius.
So did you guys see what he was doing? The whole thing with the hand.
Yes.
So people were on like Twitter, Facebook, and everything. Like, look, Logan Paul has
He's
his
such a hack. Look, he's got his promo written on his
I
hand.
was one of them.
and even I was like, damn, dude, I didn't expect that from him. So then they released a behind the scenes video of him with Paul Heyman going, look, these fuckers bought it. And if he reads off the notes of his hand, they had nothing to do with what he said in the ring.
Not at all. It was just
It was-
a bunch of just BS.
It was
gibberish.
a troll.
He was being a fucking troll.
A smart troll, man. Dude,
No, he's just a fucking troll.
I'm sorry. I like this dude better and better every time I see him. I'm sorry.
He is turning into a really good heel.
Dude,
No.
he is,
No.
I'm sorry, Kyle. Dude, he's got it in the ring. He's learning. He's a great heel.
He's definitely learning at a better rate than Jade Cargill.
Yeah, and
Sure. Maybe to an extent, but I'm still not impressed.
he's better than Jey Uso.
Ooh, that's a hot take right
I'm
there.
sorry.
On the mic and possibly in the ring.
I mean,
Well, okay, in fairness, he hasn't slipped over the top rope and all that.
well, there was that botched sideways slam just on Raw the other night, but in all fairness, Jay had the control of the momentum of that move. So,
Yeah.
and plus, sorry everybody, he has a better buckshot than Adam Page. I'm sorry.
He's always said that.
Sorry, sickos, AEW fans, please don't hurt me.
Oh, you gone and done it now.
And fuck you to everybody that shits on Stevie Richards just because he said Logan Paul was better than the AEW roster. Who gives a shit what Stevie Richards says? Here's the problem.
By the way, Stevie, I kind of do. I watched the show.
What I mean is, I'm a fan of Stevie too, but I'm like, why get so wrapped up over Stevie Richards? And the fact they're like, these old hacks have no idea what they're talking about. These people were in the business, you dipshits, not you.
And who do you think they learned from? The people before them.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, Stevie Richards never amounted to anything. They know him more than you.
Yeah.
Stevie Richards is a part of a lot of memorable shit in life. Man.
BWO, right the censor.
It's like these
Victoria's manager
Yeah.
has done some good stuff too.
Dr. Stevie.
Dr.
Yes.
Stevie and TNA.
Yep.
So the fact that, like, just because they're not relevant now, they're experienced in this business, so their opinion, I'm going to hold a little weight on, folks. They've got more experience in the business than I do, so I'm going to give them some kudos on that. So everybody, even if you don't like Bischoff, even if you don't like Russo, Cornette, Stevie Richards, all these people,
Or the prior generations entirely. I mean, you have to know that knowledge comes from experience.
if these old veterans aren't sucking AEW dick or Tony Khan's dick,
Or Dave Meltzer's.
if they're not doing that, then they're the bad guy. They're horrible. Sorry, folks. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them. Some are cleaner than others.
Damn
I'm
it!
sorry.
Damn it! You were gonna steal my fucking line there.
Well, I'm
Damn-
sorry.
damn
I beat you to the punch.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, that's sorry. This is my little tangent.
Well,
Yeah.
clean your opinion and your asshole, Kyle.
So again,
I try to clean my
shout out
asshole.
Stevie Richards. Watch Stevie Richards. He's
I'll show you. You'll see. You'll
he is.
see.
If you want good wrestling analysis, dude's got it all.
Oh, dude
I'll
has
admit,
some grade A wrestling analysis.
Dude is a good analysis. Like he could be, you know, the unit in football where they draw the lines on the screen. He could be like that.
Oh yeah,
He could do that.
yeah, buddy.
He can.
A teleprompter? That's what that is, by the way.
Is that what it's called? Teleprompter? Where they?
Teleprompter.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know fucking shit about football.
Well, is that what he's talking about? The thing where like John Madden was like, see this guy here.
I believe it was
Or see
called,
this-
sorry, a
that's-
telemagistrator
Is
or
that what it's called? Where he would draw on the screen.
Yeah.
This guy over here. This guy's going places. He's going over here.
They should hire Stevie Richards to do that. I'd watch it. Please explain this spot, Stevie. Well, you see, over here.
Well, he does-
right here, circle this foot slip right here.
Especially injuries. He likes to go over injuries.
Yes. Oh, injuries that was it a botch? Was it not?
He should talk about Sid's leg break.
I think he actually did.
Did he really talk?
If he has, I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe
Talk
he
about-
didn't do that one.
He should talk about that or Joey Mercury's face.
Oh boy.
Yeah. He should.
Planting the seeds, are we?
Planting
Yeah.
some foreshadowing.
A little
there,
foreshadowing there, yeah. Here's here's the seeds. Here's the planting. Here's that.
Johnny Appledick over here.
Yeah. but-
Johnny Apple Dick. God damn. Yeah.
Anything going on currently you guys want to bring up? Anything that?
Oh, we got War Games tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
Big
Big-
Survivor Series
big-
tomorrow night.
Unfortunately,
The biggest
I won't be able to watch it.
Me
I
either.
still haven't got ESPN.
Fuck ESPN.
Oh, you pirate.
That's warning.
Arrgh, set sail, mateys.
Warning. Rated R Wrestling does not condone piracy and
So,
other
all right.
offense.
So while we're here, why don't we just go ahead and give predictions while we're doing this?
Sure, some rapid fire predictions, yeah.
Throw it in there. So we've got the women's war game match. Okay. Anybody got any predictions on that one?
Nia Jax better not hurt one fucking
Team
person
Nia.
in there. I'm just saying, her big fat ass better not
I
injure
wasn't
not
a little
one
worried when she
person.
tossed AJ the other night because AJ landed on her shoulder.
She did look pretty snug
And I'm
on
like,
that.
this bitch.
I know better, but I still want that to happen. Team Heel, Team Nia, whatever y'all want to call it, Team Kabuki Warriors, that one.
I think the baby faces are winning.
Um,
Yeah, they're winning. I will call it that Becky's gonna get her ass kicked and she's gonna bail out of the match and leave her
You think so?
hanging high and dry.
Well, she's kind of been like the last minute sort of outlier to that team.
Well, they had to change. Didn't they have to change plans or something, or was that the men's? That was the men's. They had to change plans.
Probably the men's.
Yeah, they had. It was the men's. They definitely had to change plans on.
But yeah, you're probably going to see Rhea debut another weird demon mask for her.
Get another.
So
What's
Rhea, you gotta cool it with the damn headbutts.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why she's got
You're
that.
hurting yourself and others.
That's why she's got that mask
depriving
on.
us of your face.
We want to still see
I
your
mean, it's
face.
still pretty hot, the mask, but come on, we want to see it all.
Yeah, Rhea, be careful.
Give us the
sweetie.
buddy.
Well, not to mention, you can't do the mask you did last time because that's kind of Stephanie's thing now.
Yeah.
It kind
Can't do the devil horns.
No.
Speaking of Stephanie, she's fighting Nikki Bella at the pay-per-view.
Stephanie better fucking win.
First off, Kyle's fart fucking stinks.
Oh, bring
That up there, ladies.
bring the candle over here.
No,
The candle's right here, just a foot from me, ladies and gentlemen, and I can still smell his fart.
Good thing this
Just
podcast.
scented candle.
Good thing this ain't smell-o-vision.
Oh yeah, God. Sorry, folks. We smell-o-vision.
Even my ass agrees that Nikki should lose.
Anyway, I want Nikki to win.
I don't.
I hope, for the sake of maybe story continuity, she wins.
Maybe she wants to win so she can get the money to get her boobs
I'm just-
injected.
My wife would absolutely have a damn aneurysm
I was going to ask
after the
you
backstab.
how. Oh, I'm sure, did that piss her off?
Oh, you have no idea. She didn't see it coming, and I'm just like, she's done this her whole career. Just
Fuck, she wished her sister would have died in the womb, for
Yeah.
God's sakes.
Stephanie should have seen this coming.
Yeah, Stephanie could kill her, though. Fucking kill her.
I actually think that might be a way, or not Stephanie per se, but Bree. I would love to see Bree re-debut just to help Nikki win the one time. Like, she doesn't even have to be a ring shape. Just pull a foot.
Oh.
No. Fuck, no.
Well, you don't want her back because you don't want Bree mode.
I mean, me
fucking
neither,
hate
really.
that goddamn
But I'm just
song.
saying, as a vehicle for a Nikki win,
I hate
making her
I
win.
hate Nikki's song, too. I fucking hate You Can Poop, but you can't flush.
Hey, but you gotta admit, the twirl in her entrance.
I'm not impressed.
For
Not impressed.
I mean, I'm into the more mature women a little bit. So for a woman in her 40s, very nice.
Very nice.
What, so she can win the winner's purse? That way she can get another boob injection?
Yeah, she got
No, not like not super mature, but Nikki's in the
I mean,
right.
fuck,
in
her
the cooler
boobs
range
get her
for sure.
boobs get any bigger. This will be X-rated.
Technically, she's a MILF now, so kudos to her, man.
I don't give a fuck.
But no, I'm thinking Stephanie's retaining.
Oh,
because
Stephanie's got to retain.
I still think they're building their Stephanie versus Rhea. I think that's the match they're
WrestleMania.
going to go for.
WrestleMania.
It might change. I don't know, but that's what that's my gut. I'm feeling like that's what we're doing. Get Battle of the Goth Bitches.
Oh,
Well, I think they're gonna do something with Io. Maybe not Io portraying Rhea, but maybe doing something like Tony and Io, where maybe Stephanie goes heel and uses Io to get at Rhea.
Yeah, that's because I feel like if either one of them is going to go heel, it'll probably be Stephanie.
I mean, I hate to admit it, but AEW and WWE tend to have storylines that are concurrent sometimes.
yeah. I mean, they're watching.
Pardon me in the wrong letter pile. There's only like 26 of the fucking things.
what? With what?
I started with T. I said TNA, and then I corrected myself and went A, and you went, aww.
No, I was deep
I think
fucking warheads over here.
Maybe I heard the sound of the collective AEW fans getting ready to get mad.
Yes. I can hear the pitchforks and their keyboards.
I heard them gearing up.
You guys will be okay. Take a nap. Go touch grass.
Chill out. And wear deodorant,
And
goddammit.
look, we're only giving you what you're giving us. I mean, you got to admit the AEW fan base, and even to some
It's a
extent,
little hostile.
some
to outsiders.
WWE fan base,
There is tribalism.
they're the reason that people don't like each other's products. I feel like I would like AEW more if it wasn't for the fact of the AEW marks going, oh, this is the best shit, you gotta watch it. And then when bad shit happens, they're always excusing it. Listen, I'm a WWE guy. I'll admit when they fuck shit up. Right now, they're fucking some shit up. Grow some balls and be able to admit that fucking Tony Khan doesn't always have the right answer.
Tony Khan can't continue a story that doesn't involve Tony Storm or John Moxley longer than 1 month. Name it.
How about this? Like
Or
what?
Chris Jericho.
How about this? Like what you fucking like and shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
Watch your wrestling and shut your fucking pie hole.
As much as you want to dog on WWE fans for all the shit that they have, kind of own up on yourself and acknowledge the fact that AEW ain't perfect. If they were, they wouldn't have such shit numbers in their attendance.
I would love AEW if it was booked by someone with some good ring sense.
Yeah.
Tony Khan, he loves wrestling and he's a big fan. I can definitely see that in his booking, but there's no solidarity anywhere. It's just new toys and old toys.
You can't get committed to things because things change on a fucking dime over there, man.
And if you get put in the old toy box, you don't get played with for a while.
That's right. It's like Andy in Toy Story 2.
I don't
want to play with you anymore.
I mean, I'm sure Tony's a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy, but like, some people aren't cut out to run promotions, guys.
I am glad he did put the one.
I think he could have a say in his company. I just don't think he should have all the say.
True. Fair. And not saying that, because listen, AEW, I got to give them props. Without AEW,
We definitely need a rival.
the product
to
would
WWE.
not have gotten better in WWE. It would not have pushed.
I don't even think WCW fans were this toxic back then.
Well,
Okay, you had your
the
soldiers.
accent-
There was tribalism,
Oh yeah.
but it was more personal back then and not over the internet like it is now.
If there was more access to the internet back in the day, there probably would be more shown. I mean, and I'm saying this from a former tribalist myself. Back in the day, I hated everything TNA did.
There was even Raw and SmackDown tribalism at
Yes.
the height of the brand split.
Yep.
There's always going to be tribalism in wrestling.
And I grew and realized tribalism's bullshit.
That's what I did. I'm like, I just watch what the fuck I like, and I just get open, whatever. Because there was a time when AEW started, I was the big AEW mark.
Oh no, you're good.
No, you good. I was there was a time, and mine does too, and it stinks too. But there was a time, when AEW started, that this guy over here would give me shit because I would literally try to sell him on AEW, and he wasn't having it.
No, we had plenty of debates.
But you know what? Over the years, I've realized, what? He's not gonna like it, and I'll like what I like, and he likes what he likes, and what the fuck ever.
Yeah,
I get over. I'm not gonna lose sleep over
Wrestling
it.
is subjective, ladies and gentlemen.
And
we
here's
can
the
all
thing.
enjoy it no matter what.
There is plenty of wrestling for you guys to watch.
Yeah.
Watch what the fuck you want to watch.
Absolutely.
If you want to go watch Japan, go fucking watch Japan. Just shut the fuck up, and if someone likes something that you don't like, don't sit there and call them an asshole and a fucking this and that. Shut the fuck up and just turn on your goddamn wrestling and just quit playing with your fucking dick and all that.
Because there's some people out there that enjoy all of it, and they get fucking annoyed when people are
oh, God forbid you don't like a wrestler that, and all that. I mean,
Especially, I love the shit when one wrestler leaves to go to another company and once they're loved by a fan base, but they switch another company and all of a sudden, oh, that guy sucks.
yeah, I'm like, okay, that'd be like me changing jobs to another job and someone said, well, that guy's a fucking asshole for going to another job. It's the same way. He's just going to another fucking job. So shut up. Go jerk off your cat in your fucking basement and watch what the fuck you want to watch and shut your dick lickers.
Yeah.
He lost me a while ago on this one, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
sure
you too.
Hey, sometimes the R in rated R means ramble.
Absolutely.
Rant.
There you go. That's what we got. We got plenty of rants over here.
So, anybody have any final things they want to say before we close off and make our end of episode announcement?
You got anything?
I believe I'm good. Pretty dry over here.
All right. Well,
I'm hungry.
Except for my wife, in which case I want to put out the word moist because she hates it.
I like moist things. Moist. That made me very
I'm
moist.
sure the entire internet community that hates that word when they all.
That made me very moist.
we're the moist cast.
Moister than oyster.
But we tickled
If you guys want an ASMR episode, we will gladly do that.
we tickled your taint earlier by talking about
And your balls.
So stick around because we're also going to be putting up an upload after this. We're going to be doing the very first Rated R Wrestling Watch Along. And, we touched upon this in a What the Fuck episode. We are going to be watching the entirety of the Fatal 4-Way Ladder match from Armageddon in 2006 with the infamous face explosion of Joey Mercury.
You will see it with us.
So we'll have a link in that video to where you can watch along with us. But if you want to, you don't have to watch it immediately. It'll be uploaded after this. So just hop on over and watch that too. And let us know if you think. Let us know if you like it. If you do, we'll keep doing more of those.
Absolutely.
Better
We're gonna
fucking
be
like
Grab a
it.
snack.
Because we're going to be doing
Grab
the
a beer.
debut of the Rated R Tron.
The Rated R Tron.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsor.
If anyone knows that shape
Which
of that
case
Tron,
will be
let us
whatever
know.
you want it to be, Tron.
If anybody gets the shape of that Tron, let us know, and we'll see if you're cool.
Absolutely. So we're going to wrap it up here on the podcast proper. So thanks again for joining us for episode 8 of the Rated R Wrestling Podcast. I am Aaron, a.k.a. Stud Muffin Supreme.
I'm Kyle, the stuttering, hungry fuck.
And I'm Michael the Motherfucker, and this has been the Rated R Wrestling Podcast.
Thanks for fucking watching.
Later, fuckers.